know you could do that. I did not know you could do that. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. So I am just going to get started here. So, where is it? I have notes. Okay. All right. So I am doing my hair, but I also wanted to do a live to chit chat and talk about my views on why I think women cheat. So before I start, these are my views. This is not to say this is the reason why some women cheat or particular women cheat. I originally wanted to do a live about why, because I really honestly feel like men cheat way more than women cheat. But thinking about it realistically and honestly, taking a real good thinking about it real deep in thought, um, I'm not a man. So I have no idea why men cheat. But I do a live. My husband has agreed to do a live with me about why men cheat. So that may be next weekend. But this live is talking about why women cheat. Um, I just think that, it's something that needs to be talked about. It's something that is not talked about a lot. And I think that, we need to look at the reasonings behind why women cheat. So the first thing I did, and if you're here, thank you for liking the live. I really appreciate you. Really appreciate it. Thing I did, I asked Chat GPT why women cheat. I know that's like the new thing to do, so I wanted to ask Chat GPT what it thought. So it said there isn't a single reason why women or anyone for that matter might cheat, as each individual is as each individual's motivating circumstances are unique. That said, some common facts include, they said, number one, can we talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? Yeah, that'll be another live. So yeah, let me effectively. I should have had a pen. I should be taking notes, but that is definitely something that needs to be talked about. But in this live, I already have it out for this live. I would have to do some real deep research about that. When you talk about politics, you need to come correct and know what you're talking about. So I would definitely have to do some research, and yeah, we definitely need to talk about that. Hey Brian, hey Auntie. Okay, that's a new one. Okay, about Luca to the Lakers that most definitely must be spoken about. Okay, I'm not familiar with that, but let me get back to my point here. So, emotional needs not being met. If a woman feels neglected or unappreciated in her relationship, she may seek validation or emotional fulfillment elsewhere. Um, and then they said that it's number two, lack of intimacy, a decrease in physical or emotional intimacy. So they cut me off at that point because um, they wanted me to subscribe to the Chat GPT, and I'm not subscribing. I just got, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Brian. I'm so sorry to hear that. So I'm hoping that um, this live will give you some insight. Sometimes when we are cheated on, we wonder why. So yeah, I hope that this live gives you some insight, and I'm so sorry to hear that. I have definitely been cheated on before, so I know what it feels like, and it's not a good thing. It's not a great place to be. So I am sorry to hear that. Hopefully this live give you some insight and you can take that into your next relationship. So let me say first that I have a lot of experience in relationships. I am 42. I have been in probably about 4 to 5, maybe 6 relationships. So I have some experience in the cheating. Why can't you have a 12-inch? I don't know. I don't know because it would be a foot. Oh, that was a good one. I like that one. That's fine. But yeah, so I have been cheated on and I have cheated. So I know I see I see it from both perspectives. Um, Being cheated on is horrible. It feels bad, and cheating also does not feel great either. So, all right. So let me just start by speaking on what I think. Let's see. Put your finger to your lip and move it up and down and say blah blah blah. Make sure that you like the live. Thank you. I'm thinking about going over to the Black Queens. These Latinos. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, be careful. I will say, every race has their things about them. So, like, yeah, just be careful. All right. So, first point that I want to talk about is cheating is an inside job. So, a lot of people like, what? It's an inside job. What do you mean it's an inside job? So, it is a problem and it's not a you problem. So basically the cheater, that would be me in this instance or whatever, I have a problem. You are not the problem, but I am the problem. So it's a job, meaning that I was the one that I was the one that wanted to cheat. It was nothing that you did that made me cheat. And although cheaters, um and I'm gonna say as I'm the cheater instance or whatever, although cheaters will tell you, oh well, you did this or you didn't do that, or you forced me to cheat, or it's your reason, it's your fault why I cheated. It is not your fault. Understand that it is something in the inside of that person that made them cheat. Nobody can make you cheat but you. So that is the number one reason why people cheat. The number one reason, because there is something inside of them that made them cheat. It's nothing to do with the other person. And I think that is the most, through my experiences in life, that is the most thing that I have learned. And it is very hard getting on because you start thinking like, well, what did I do? I'm not pretty enough. I don't look good enough. Far as the women on the women's side, I don't look good enough. I cook enough. I don't clean enough. I'm not giving him enough sex. But not you. It's not you. It's the other person. So it comes from the inside. I believe that is the number one reason, like the overall reason why people cheat, because it's something on the inside of them that made them cheat. Now, after breaking that point down, I believe there are superficial reasons why people cheat. And when I say superficial, I mean like fake reasons that people themselves, this is why I'm cheating. So, number one, and we're speaking about women, we should go back to arranged marriage. Is it a mistake or it's a choice. It's a choice. In order for you to cheat, there is planning involved in you cheating. You just don't just full trip and you cheating. It don't work like that. It don't that, and I don't care what they tell you. Oh, it just happened. No, it didn't just happen. It didn't just happen. You planned it out mentally before it happened. You planned it out. Like whatever your reasoning you told, You planned it out in your head before it happened. We should go back to arranged marriages. Yes, arranged marriages, I do agree with that. I definitely agree with arranged marriages because I just think it was better. I think it was better. But really thinking about the idea of marriages, like, how do you get to know a person if it's arranged marriage? Like, it's like, okay, you come together, your parents are, say, okay, you guys going to be together, but who's to say that you're actually going to have chemistry? That's where I'm like, I don't know, and it's almost like you gotta force, if you really don't have chemistry with this person, or what I'm saying, you really don't have them type of feelings for that person, then it's like you almost gotta force yourself to be with that person. And I think that anybody should be unhappy. I think that if you're not happy, and I mean, when you are living your life with somebody and this is your life partner, like, it would be so great if you could just, if you would be happy. Like, I'm not saying everybody's happy, because there are a lot of marriages that they come together and they get married for whatever reason, financial reasons, whatever reasons, whatever. But I think that everybody deserves to be happy. And if you're truly not happy with somebody and you have to be forced to be with them, I don't know what type of environment that will be. And also, if you're bringing children into that environment, what type of environment that will be. So, on one hand, I agree with it. On the other hand, I don't know. She went on a girls' trip. Yeah. Yeah, you got to go with them girls' trip. And that's not to say that all women that go on girls' trips are out to, do nothing wrong. And saying also that a lot of men think that, well, it was her girls, her that encouraged her to cheat. No, it wasn't. It was her. That's what she wanted to do, and she did it. Like, yeah, like I've had friends in the past, like, and what my friends do don't have nothing to do with me, especially if I'm in a committed relationship. So, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Brian, but okay. Let's see. Superficial reasons. Number one, maturity level has not been met, has not been reached. Age is not a factor. And I need to get my hair done while I'm talking to you guys as well. So what I mean by the maturity level has not been in maturity level, I feel like maturity has to do with your experiences. And I believe that the experiences that you go through in life, the more it will grow you as a person. So it doesn't matter. You could be 18 and cheat, or you could be 65 and cheat on your husband. So it doesn't matter your age, it's your maturity level. Um, I have conversations with my husband all the time, and he actually do not believe me. But my maturity level is at a level where, as though, I don't think about cheating. I don't think about cheating. I think about other men, because my experiences have taught me it's no point. It's no point. My experience taught me, like, first of all, getting cheated on is horrible. So, like, if I love somebody, how can I inflict that pain on them, especially when I know that they are doing all they can to be with me. Like, so it's about your maturity level. I think that is the number one reason. Like, your experiences should teach you, um yeah, that you shouldn't be doing that. That's not a good thing to do. So that is number one. So number two, not feeling desired. Now, this is a big one. This is a big one, because all women, every last one of them, every one of us, We want to be desired. We want to be desired. So if there is for some reason that we are not feeling desired from a mate, um, he could say things like, "Hey, honey, you even gained a little weight." Um, he could say things, "I'm not feeling attracted to you." He could say things like, "I don't like your smell." He could say things that really lower your self esteem. And it makes you feel in a way like I'm not desirable to him. So then a light goes off in some women head. I'm not going to say all women. In some women head, like, well, if he want me, let's find out if another man might want me. And then that's when the whole thing starts. It could be a man at work, it could be a man outside of work, it could be anybody, and he could just give her a compliment that maybe you made her feel a way about. He could say things like, "Hey, you looking really good. I like my women kind of plump like, I like a healthy woman." And that would just like bring so much life to her. And she would be like, "Really? You really like big girls or plump girls or whatever?" Like, my husband doesn't like it. He says, like I turn him off or something, and that's the whole conversation. That's the whole thing. And if that is something that she works with, or maybe someone she goes to school with, or someone that she interacts with every day, that's how it all begins. That's how it starts, because you made her feel in a way that you not desire her anymore. So now she's seeking that validation somewhere else. So, like I said, all these points go back to the first point, which means that it's something from the inside. So, although that you may told her, "Honey, you putting on a little weight or whatever," if she was confident in herself, and if her self-esteem is where it needs to be, then your comment would not bother her, but at the same time she would take it in consideration. And maybe if something that you know what I'm saying, you guys maybe talked about before you got together, like, I like, a healthy woman or whatever and everything, maybe she tried to get on like a weight loss journey and lose some, but ultimately it would have to come from the inside of her. It would be something that she wants to do. That would be, what I'm saying, a woman that and gets persuaded by somebody on the outside. But from it, like going back to my first point, it starts from the inside. So if she doesn't have that on the inside, then she can be manipulated, or she can start a whole cheating thing with somebody else just off of the fact that you said to her, "You putting on a little weight," or "you looking a little," or whatever the situation might be. So yeah, I've heard enough talk about LeBron. Like I said, that's something that I would have to dig into. I think I heard little bits and pieces about LeBron, but I don't know enough about it to talk about it at this point. But I will definitely talk about it on. All right. So number three would be for financial gain. Financial gain. It could be a boss at her job. It could be a coworker. It could be somebody of a higher status. It could be a friend of the family. It could be a friend of her friend. It could be anybody, but for financial gain. And I see a lot of women that are in situations where as though that the men are the financial providers, and something might happen. Something might happen. He might lose a job, or something might happen whereas though that he is on the now. So she is used to living a lifestyle, and now this lifestyle is not being met currently or whatever, for whatever reason. And life happens to all of us. And like I said, going right back to the point, the number one point is for side. So uh, a matured woman would understand that life happens, and she would be right there to roll with her mate or whatever, because it could be, you could be married or you could be just in a relationship. So she would willing to roll with her mate and get out there and get dirty, and you know what I'm saying, get everything taken care of. But from the inside, a woman that's not there at that level yet, she'll look at it like he down right now. And a man with more financial stability, more money or whatever, he's going to be able to swindle her into cheating, basically. So yeah, financial gain is definitely one. He could be a boss, she could be trying to get a promotion. It could be anything. Um, I'm trying to I'm trying to get this hair done while I'm talking to you guys as well. So at the end of this video, at the end of this live, I should be done my hair. Uh, it's kind of hard to see too. All right, let me see. How look on. All right, that. Give me a second, you guys. I'm trying to get this part straight. I cannot even see. I know that's not straight. Okay. This, I got a mirror right here too. Okay, I got to start. Wait. Oh, that's all right. I guess it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Oh, I had a clip. Is in my hair. Oh, that's the clip right there. Okay. All right. Let me get back to my next point. Is that gray hair? What's gray hair? It's everywhere. But I love it because it says that I've been lied. So I really love it. I would never dye my gray hair. What is going on? Okay. All right, let me get to the next point. All right. The next point. Oh boy, this is one. Why do women cheat? Because he cheated. This is one that I have lots of experience with. 9 times out of 10, when I cheated, it was because he cheated. Now, the woman that I am today, I understand that cheating back is what to do. Like, yeah, it's no reason. If that's the case, then just leave. Just leave. That's what you need to do. Um, but that was before I got to this point now. So where I was in my life at one point, it was like, well, he out here cheating. He think he gonna be the only one cheating. I'm gonna cheat on him too. But that does nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All that does is drive up your body count. That's it. That's it. The men that are out here cheating, they could care less if you was cheating. They find out. That's a whole different story. That's a whole different story. But they could care less. and it doesn't feel any better. You think that it's going to make you feel better, like, oh, you're doing this, I'm going. But the only person that's gaining from them type of situations is the man that you're cheating, because he got a win-win situation, because you're going to um give him everything. You're going to get everything because you think that you're getting back at that man that cheated. So, like, yeah, that is definitely the number one reason, when I'm saying, when back in my day, why I cheated. He cheated. And it doesn't make you feel no good, not at all. I remember a situation I was with a guy, and he cheating. It was very evident that, very apparent that he was cheating. So I went out and I stayed out all night. And I was thinking, like, when I come in the door, he gonna be so angry. He gonna be so upset that I was out cheating with another man. And when I walked in the door, he wasn't even home yet. And it just felt like somebody just threw egg all over my face. Like, I did all this trying to prove a point to him because he had cheating, and I get home after being out all night, and he wasn't even there. So cheating back never solves the problem. It never solves the problem. And like I said, I had to learn. I believe that in life you live and you learn. And I learned, like, cheating back is not the answer. And if I got to a point, what I'm saying, that's how I felt, then the best thing that I would do, going back to reason number one, if you're a woman, I would just leave the situation, because it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. Not going to do anything. And then it's just, it's so crazy out here now, and it's so much involved, whatever. So, like, you out there cheating, trying to get somebody back, and you might wind up with something that you got from somebody out there that you can't get rid of. So, like, yeah, that is definitely, for me, that was like my number one reason when I did cheat, the reason why I cheated. So I would tell men that are out here cheating, and your girlfriend, fiance, wife, whoever finds out that you was cheating, or you even tell her, understand the thought process of a woman, and understand that if she forgives you, yeah, I don't know. There are situations where women can actually forgive a man for cheating and move on. But I'm going to tell you, I'm not one of them women, and I'm not any of those women. So, yeah, that's what I will say. So be very, very careful if she finds out, he decides to stay with you. Be very, very careful. Okay. Don't tell him nothing. Yeah, yeah. Well, somebody gotta tell him. Somebody gotta tell him. Where's my? Oh, I only had that one. Oh, let's see. This hair is distracting me from my topic, but I gotta get it done. Okay. All right. So number 5, because she is selfish. So oh my goodness, I definitely believe in this one. I never felt this way, but there are some women who believe that, um, it's okay. It's okay for me to go out here and cheat on him. Um, there are some women that are in like the roles have reversed. Like usually, sometimes in some relationships, there are stay-at-home wives, and then the husband or the boyfriend, whoever, goes out and take care of the house or whatever and makes the money for the house. Some relationships, the roles have reversed, and there are women that are in higher positions to be able to take care of the household. And I believe some of those women, not all, but some of those women get a complex, and I call it like a man complex, because they feel like, well, he should be lucky to have me. He should be lucky that I'm out here and I'm providing for our family. Um, and he gets to, stay home or whatever, or take care of the kids or whatever have you. And she feels like, well, if I cheat, then oh well, because I'm making all the money anyway. And I feel like that is a selfish complex. That is very selfish. I feel like if that is what you want to do, then you should be single. You should be single and let that person go. Let that person go. Let them go and be with somebody that they can be happy with. Don't keep that person there because of selfish desires, basically. So I think that people like this are very selfish. They don't think about the other person, they only think of themselves. And yeah, I think that is not right. I think that's not right. I've heard of people covering up cheating, people, not women, women covering up cheating by doing things like I was I was in a, I think it was like a Uber or Lyft one day, and I got irritated by this conversation. I got so irritated. So the lady was on the phone, and I guess she was talking to her friend or whatever, and it was around this time, and she was saying that she bought the side dude the cologne that her husband wears. That way, when she's with the side dude and his smell get on her, it won't send no red flags to her husband because it's the same cologne that her husband wears. And I was livid. I couldn't get out that car fast enough. I was very upset. I was very upset because, like, I just, like, where I am at my life now, like, it's no reason for anybody to be cheating. And especially everything that's going on out here. Like, you out here cheating, you don't know who you laying down with. It's so much crazy confusion stuff going on out here. Like, I could be cheating with a guy that's with a girl. That girl could be with a guy that's with a guy. Like, it's so much confusion going on out here, and then you bring in all of that back into your relationship, and I think that is so wrong. I think that is so wrong. Um, but yeah, that selfishness is, yeah, that's big. That's one of the big reasons why people cheat. Like, I really want you, but I don't want nobody else to have you either. And I think that is so wrong. Um, so let's see, where are we now? So number 6, being accused of cheating. So in my experience, people that usually accuse cheating is because they are cheating. So it's either they are cheating themselves or they are very, very insecure. So that can lead somebody to cheating, because if I'm out here and I know that I'm not cheating, I go to work every day, I'm home, I'm not doing anything. If I do go out with my homegirls, and that's it, like we just, having, girl time. It ain't nothing else or whatever and everything. And then I come home and you're like, oh, you was with that man. Like, what man? What are you talking about? And every time I go out, like, who you texting? You texting some man? Who you with? You on the phone? Like that? I think that type of behavior, that type of stuff, yeah, that can lead a woman into cheating. Because if you're getting accused of cheating already, why not just quit? Is the logic of some women. And like I said, going back to number one, it's from the inside. So inside, if you're really not cheating and somebody is accusing you of cheating, the best thing for you to do is have a conversation with that person and tell them, like, look, this is really, really bothering me, and I need you to stop. If we can't stop this, or we can't get back, move on from this, then, like, we're gonna be over, because I'm not doing anything. I don't, have any intentions on doing anything. And every day you tell me about cheating and I'm not doing anything. So yeah, that could lead somebody into cheating if they are not there, um, if their maturity level is not there. And thank you for liking the live. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's here right now. I appreciate it so, so much. All right, so let's see. Number 7. Oh boy. This one here, me and my husband conversation. I don't know if I believe in this one much, but I really do need to do some research about this one. So number 7, the seventh reason why women would cheat is because of mental illness, because they have a sex addiction. Now, it was my husband that brought this one to my attention. Um, I can't speak to this one because I don't have enough of knowledge about this one. Um, but I really feel like, let me say what I feel. I really feel like that I have not came across any boy with a sexual addiction. Um, Men, yes, yes, I do believe that. Um, that's just how men are made or built or whatever. But to say a woman has a sexual addiction, I just don't know. But I'm sure it's possible. But in my experience, I have not experienced that. But yes, I do believe that that could be a reason why a woman would cheat. And if she has a sexual addiction, maybe she does not even know that she has a sexual addiction. Um, it just might be something that she thinks that she does or whatever. But yeah, that one I would have to get more research because I don't know how that works. But I did look it up because I'm like, well, a sexual addiction, is that a mental illness? Like, can that be looked it up? And it is definitely a mental illness. Um, so yeah, that could be a reason why she cheated or she is cheating, because sexual addiction, and she could not even know. It's possible that she doesn't even know that she has a sexual addiction. She just might think that it's something that she's doing. I remember I watched a movie. I used to read a lot of books, a lot of novels, and I think it was by Art Zane, I believe. And it was a movie. They actually came out with a movie, and I can't remember the name of the movie. But the lady had a sexual addiction. She was married, and she had a sexual addiction, and she was out there, full blown cheating on her husband. Like, yeah, she was really out there, like really out there, out there. Um, and oh, that's crazy. I mean, but it's a possibility. So, um, so we talked about all the reasons why, or the reasons why I think, because it's only from my thoughts and my opinion. So this is not to say that all women cheat for these reasons, but these are the reasons that, like, some women cheat. So now let's talk about how can we. How can we not cheat? So, where is my, what's my, oh, there it is. I'm like, I lost it. That's right there. Okay. All right. All right. So, how can we not cheat? So, going back to the number one reason, it's an inside job. I think that some of these reasons can be solved with communication. Um, from a man's perspective, I think that we need to get to know who we dealing with more than we do. I think that if you are going to be physical with a person, you need to get to know some things about them before you lay down with them, because even it might not be intentional when you lay down with somebody or whatever. It may not be intentional, or you might not even be thinking about, you know, creating life with this person. It is a possibility. It is definitely a possibility. So therefore, before we lay down with people, I really think that we need to have conversations with people. I think that is very, very important. Um, when I met my husband, I set out to meet my husband. Like, I did not know that he was going to be my husband, but I set out to do things a lot differently than what I had done in the past. In the past, it was all, we'll just see where this goes. Like, we'll see where it goes, and whatever, just let it flow, let it be what it's going to be. But in this relationship, I was very intentional. I was very intentional. I set out what I wanted from a man, what I I wanted to know what he expected of me. In conversations, we had real deep conversations, conversations that people don't want to have, but we had very deep conversations, and we talked about a lot. Whereas though when things did arise in our lives or whatever, it was like, okay, yeah, we talked about that. That's what we talked about. So I think that we just need to take more time to get to know people. I think that's very, very important to know people intentions, to find out, what they've been through. Like, because a lot of us, we've been through a lot of trauma, and that trauma can come into a relationship, and that can also affect the relationship on so many different levels. So I just think that we need to talk and communicate before we lay down with each other. I really think that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so that was the maturity level, not feeling desired. So I think that, again, communication. Communication can definitely affect not feeling desired or feeling a certain way. I had, and my husband just pointed this out to me actually. I didn't even think about it when I was, trying to brainstorm ideas and together for this live. I didn't even think about it. And I was telling him, like, I was giving for examples on how a woman might not feel desired. A man might say that she fat. Well, I can't relate to that because, like, my husband never said anything to me like that. But it was an incident that he did bring up that I kind of forgot about. um, it was an incident. The way that he spoke to me, it made me feel in a way as he belittled me, basically, or whatever. And I'm a person. I kind of like I'm passive aggressive. So I will not say nothing to you in that moment if what I'm saying, you say something and I didn't like it, but it continues on, then I'm gonna say something to you. So it was a way that how he was talking to me, and it was like kind of belittling me. And I talked to him, pulled him up, communication. Here's the communication part in it. I pulled him up and I said, babe, I don't like the way how you belittle me. I don't like how you talk to me. That really makes me feel not good. And he, asked me, for example, what was I talking about? So I told him the example, and from that point on, he has never made me feel that way again. So I really believe that communication can be a problem. So if it, like, for instance, if it was, he came to me, he said, hey babe, I think that you put on some weight, or I think that you're fat, then in return, then I can come to him and, look, baby, I don't like you talking about my weight. I don't like you talking about my weight. It makes me feel in a way, and hopefully he correct that. So I do believe communication can um stop that not feeling desired and have women wanting to cheat. The next one, not feeling desire, financial gain. So again, communication is very, very important. And I think that again, we need to have these conversations before we lay down with people. A conversation needs to be had, especially if you're in a position where you are the financial provider. A conversation needs to be had to ask, like, okay, well, what if something happened to my job, or what if um I didn't have this big, what I'm saying, this big, if I didn't have this business, if I didn't have this going on, how would you feel? Would you be there with me? Would you be willing to maybe go get a job? You know what I'm saying? If need be, like, we need to have these conversations beforehand instead of having these conversations. And then when it happens, it's like, oh, she left me. She left me because I lost my job, or she left me because my business down, because you didn't have this conversation with her beforehand. This conversation is very, very important. It's very important because so a lot of us go with the, go with the flow. We don't talk about these things, but things need to be talked about, because maybe that is something that she expected of you. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? So I think that again, communication can solve that. Okay, that's too straight, but okay. All right. Let's see what's next. Financial gain because he cheated. Wow, that one, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. I think, and I can't say personally, but I think that if you get counseling, I think that, mm, maybe, maybe it, you know, maybe it'll work. That's when I'm not so sure. Because I know how I am, and it's like, if you, man, if you cheat on me, uh, I don't know. I don't know. Therapy is really great, but I just don't know if, yeah. But for the right person, communication can get you through. So therapy, so that way she won't go out here and try to cheat back. Let's see what's next. So because he cheated, selfishness. So, like, again, communication. If we have these conversations beforehand, then we would know, like, what type of person we dealing with. And people with selfish behaviors, they exhibit them, and it's red flags that we always try to ignore, but we got to stop ignoring them red flags. But selfish people definitely exhibit selfish behaviors. So if you see them being selfish with somebody else, they're gonna be selfish with you as well. So yeah, we just have to have these conversations beforehand. That is very important. Let's see. Being accused of cheating. Whew. Okay, so yeah, communication did actually give this example when I was going through. the first example when I gave that example, like, you you could talk to the person and be like, I don't feel like this is very conducive to our relationship. You keep cheating, and I'm not out here doing nothing. So, like, we really have to fix this problem, and if we can't fix it, then we need to move on from each other, because I don't need to be out here, doing what I got to do for our family, and I'm getting accused of being cheated. I'm getting accused of cheating. So yeah, I did give that example already. Um, and that's the last one, mental illness. Again, communication. Communication is very important, and we got to stop ignoring these red flags. That's what we need to do. Stop ignoring these red flags. These flags present themselves for a reason, and you can stop ignoring these red flags, because there always are red flags. There are always red flags, and we definitely ignore a lot of red flags. So that is it, pretty much. I got most of my hair done. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. So thank you guys for tuning into my live tonight. I really enjoyed this conversation. Like I said, I really wanted to talk why men cheat, but I'm not a man. I'm not a man. And after talking with my husband, it's like I still have my thoughts or whatever, but we will definitely um we will definitely do a live next week, hopefully. Um because I like to get man perspective, men perspective. And when we had the conversation, ultimately we were kind of saying the same thing, but yeah, we're kind of, but definitely on the same page for real. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, the sexual addiction. It just gets me, because, and I try to come from a place like, well, maybe they don't know they have a sexual addiction, but if you, I don't know, I don't know. It's just very selfish, and like it's easy just to be single. Like if you single, you can do whatever you want to do. Like when you bring other people into the situation and you tell them you want to be with them, you want a committed relationship, like that's where I'm like, okay, why? When you could have just been single. There's nothing wrong being single. Like, yeah, it is what it is. Ultimately, we shouldn't be out cheating. We shouldn't be lying to people, misleading people, being selfish. Like, yeah. If you want to cheat, be by yourself. Point blank, period. That's exactly how I feel. Like, if you if you're not happy, be by yourself. Like, get out the relationship. Stop dragging people along. Like, just be by yourself. Get out the relationship. I just, I don't know. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Trunks. Oh, you too. Thank you. I hope yours is amazing too. Yeah. I'm definitely about to get off of here. Go finish my video. But I'm glad I was able to come live with you guys. What time is it? I'm always late with my lives. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not even nighttime no more. Oh Lord, I definitely gotta get off of here. I cannot be on nobody live at 3 o'clock in the morning. Mm, 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 mm. But thank you guys for definitely liking a lot. I really appreciate you guys. We finally 1K, so we are on the road to monetization, and yeah, we on the road. I'm not gonna say we almost there, but we on the road. Let's get this last braid done. Mm, I don't want to. I ain't gonna talk about that. I was gonna talk about TikTok. I'm not gonna talk about it. I really do miss TikTok though. Mm, 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 mm. And I heard people are buying phones for thousands of dollars with TikTok installed on it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess it is that serious though. Well, let me stop. Last time I started talking about TikTok, my sound went out. I think YouTube got upset with me, like what are you, not over here. What time? Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Oh, I think I got one more braid. Finish my video out, and then yeah. But thank you guys for joining into my live. If you like my live, thank you so much. I really appreciate you so much. And we will be live. The Married Women Really Cheat. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Um, they do. And we just went over all of the reasons. So rewind the live back. Because I'm about to get off here. But yes. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure that you like the live on your way out. I'll see you guys. I will be live again, I think like Wednesday or Thursday. I have some time Wednesday or Thursday, so I will be live, and so set your notifications because I will be talking about the time that I was in a relationship with a man who had bipolar. So that is very exciting story. So make sure you tune in for it. And next, I will be live with my husband. I'm not sure if he's gonna want to come on camera, but I will be live with my husband next weekend. We will be talking why do men cheat, and he's gonna be doing most of the talking, and I'm gonna listen because I'm not a man. But I do have some thoughts. So I'll see you guys probably Wednesday or Thursday. I will be dropping a video probably Monday. I'm gonna finish the video out tonight, so I will be dropping it Monday. And that's it, you guys. Thank you for being here and take care.